We are all inevitably going to become influencers and content creators. We just don't want to do it. And I feel like that is the way that it's going for podcasters.
That's why I tell people when they get negative comments, I'm like, if you don't believe it about yourself, then no one can make you feel it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. How do you guys feel about billionaires?
I would have kids if they didn't exist.
Okay, so my number one question, I'm just going to get it out of the way.
Yeah.
How does it feel to get blocked by Call Her Daddy?
I'll be honest with you. I'm blocked by everyone.
Yeah.
So like that, it didn't really faze me, but I do find it interesting that I'm blocked by Call Her Daddy, but not by Alex Cooper.
Interesting.
Because I feel like
what do you think that's about?
I don't know. I really don't. I feel like it's an intern.
Oh, okay.
That's what I think.
Have you blocked anyone yourself?
I mean, like sometimes I'll block. Oh, I block Meredith Lynch Get Braces. That's a very active account that exists on the internet. I had braces, so it's also factually inaccurate. So I do block them. They have variations of the account.
Right.
So that
like trolls or whatever.
Yeah. But that's one of my like recurring trolls.
Okay.
And then, but yes, I will block people from time to time. But I'm blocked by everyone. I'm blocked by Bethany Frankel. I'm blocked by Rachel Zoe. I'm blocked by Lauren Sanchez Bezos. I'm blocked by former White House photographer Pete Souza.
Amazing.
Because I wanted to say something about Reagan and AIDS that he wasn't ready to hear.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do you deal with that?
You know, and I will say the first time that I realized like that I was blocked by like a big celebrity, I think Reese Witherspoon was the first like big celebrity to block me.
That's tough though, right?
I know.
That one was.
Did it hurt?
That one hurt, but you know what? She doesn't like it if you bring up the remember when she got arrested?
DUI?
Yeah.
We don't talk about that enough. I'm sorry. I loved that moment.
Thank you.
I loved that moment. I was like, that's the real Reese. I loved that you just brought that up because nobody talks about that DUI call ever.
I thought you were going to say, oh, I think we shouldn't bring that up. And I was like, oh, okay.
Literally, we can bring up anything. That would be so funny. Yeah, I have a special bond with Reese Witherspoon. No, I don't.
Have you ever seen that video?
I don't think I have.
You know, it's funny. They were like taking some projects that I've been working on and they were going to take them out to some places, which, people who listen to this podcast will understand.
Yeah. Yep.
And Hello Sunshine was on the list. And I was like, hey, guys, check it out. You got to take Hello Sunshine off because Reese has me blocked.
I did go to Hello Sunshine this last year. It's this like convention for
the media. It's like Good Morning Sunshine convention for Gen Zs.
And that was interesting. I was like, this space isn't for me. I'm like taking up space as a man in this environment that
He's very diplomatic and kind.
Because I was like, someone gave me their pass. I was like, oh, let me check this out. And it was very like, a specific type of media person in, Hollywood. But
I just am really curious about like how do you have a great self-esteem? Like, how do you deal?
What, is this about my teeth?
No.
What if you brought me here and you were like, this is Meredith?
Yeah. We need to talk about your teeth. No, I'm genuinely just like, even just being a little bit public, I had a complete and utter meltdown. And like, even just having the audience that all say, like, have any opinion about me crushed me. So I'm just wondering if that's ever.
Oh, no, it's a good question. Yeah. I mean, yes, sometimes, but only if it's from somebody who's like, who I value their feedback.
Interesting.
So like I've had a couple times where someone has like another creator has been like, oh, I felt like this missed the mark. I take that affects me.
Yeah.
But like when I see that Call Her Daddy has blocked me, when I see that Lauren Sanchez has blocked me, I'm like, I'm doing something right.
Yeah. No, I think that's probably good to be blocked by those people.
Interested, we love a cold open on this show, but we have Meredith Lynch with us.
Yeah.
From The Moment Live and formerly, I think, Oddly Specific.
Oh my God,
podcast.
you like really did your homework.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Well, and there's a little feed transfer right in the middle of that. You got to use your feeds.
I know. I was like, listen, we can use my feed. I know.
And there's, I feel like there are some like editorial like breadcrumbs that led from one to the next.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about yourself and I guess about The Moment Live.
Yeah. So I call myself a content creator.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think that's okay.
Yes.
Just embrace it.
Yes. I love that.
Thank you. So I started making content when I first moved. I moved to LA 5 years ago during December of 2020.
Wow.
Right?
Love
I know.
that.
Great time to move to LA. So I knew no one. I knew no one out here. My husband was going to business school. And I was like, I'm just going to start making videos because I have no friends. I started making TikToks and like they just took off. And then
what were they about?
Yeah.
Beauty. I used to do beauty videos. I used to be like, I was like Bethany fucking Frankel. I was like, this is a great moisturizer. Yeah. Like I would go to the store and buy the dupe products. That's
what was your niche? Oh, you would be like, this is a cheap
like a cheap dupe. And I did that.
Little camera thing.
And like tap the thing. And that was my thing. And I did that. And I made a lot more money doing that than I do doing what I do now. But after a while, I got kind of burned out on it.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know. I'm not a fucking makeup artist. What am I fucking doing?
Yeah.
Like, right?
So it becomes the point in which you're like, wait, I'm not an expert in like, I mean, I have imposter syndrome on the show every time we film.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's so interesting. Did you ever feel embarrassed in the beginning?
Yes, I did. I remember like people from my hometown, like I could notice that they were following me. And like I'm from this like very blue collar town outside of Boston. And
I grew up in half of Boston.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's what it's the East Coast. Yeah. I can always tell. Sorry, keep going.
So I was like very sort of aware of that. And then as soon as I got my first brand deal, I was like, who fucking cares? Because that's the other part of me that's like from there. I'm like, I got fucking money. Who cares?
Yeah. So you were like there watching, you were embarrassed a little bit?
A little bit. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. That's so interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to save this for a little bit later, but like I'm kind of going through this moment where like I didn't try to be online as much as I am now. And it's like I have like all these like disparate interests, but now I'm like podcast guy and I'm like, well, how do I maintain my disparate photography interests and my random sports interests? And it's like, do I create an account that's just for me? It's too much.
That would be my advice to you if you were one of my, because that's how I also make money is I do consulting. Yeah. Now I do that. But, and so I kept creating and I had a regular job. I worked at a nonprofit and I did marketing and I did that for 5 years and I did this on the side and it was hard because it was just like a ton of work.
Yeah. And you weren't getting anything back from it? Or
well, I mean, like
you were getting some money.
Emotional problems. No, but like I was
oh, you were going through. Yeah.
Like it was just, it was just a lot of work, but I was like making money. Yeah, it was like I was like making some good money on the side doing, content and then also working full time. And then finally I was like something's got to give. So I went full time on content like a year and a half ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And did you have a breaking point, like a breakdown? I'm only asking because I feel like that happens to a lot of people who are in the space. Not yet, or maybe never. I don't know. But
I don't think I had like a breakdown. When Bethany Frankel and I had a very big fight. Former Real Housewife of New York. I just assume like everybody knows her. I talk about her like she's Jesus fucking Christ.
No,
like,
I'm an OG housewife New York gal, so I'm very familiar.
And I mean, have you seen how she's sort of evolved, or one would say devolved?
She does a lot of her own content now, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's just a lot going on.
Yeah.
There's everything from
she's not in my algorithm. If I listen to her voice, I feel like I'm getting a hammer in my head, to be honest. So I don't.
Okay. Then you know what? Maybe keep it that way.
Okay.
Because it's everything from chicken salad reviews to like a moderately racist take on Bad Bunny. Like that's what we're doing.
So we're teetering on racism. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, I think, some of it's the not knowing, some of it's just the,
Yeah.
But Bethany and I had a disagreement. And she got a little litigious.
Yeah, classic. She seems like a litigious type.
So she sent me a cease and desist. And I called a trusted person. This was the second cease and desist I'd gotten because I'd also gotten one from Rachel Zoe, who used to also be, well, she's now on Bravo again, but she was a stylist on Bravo.
Yeah. Oh, no, I know.
Okay. Again, I think I talk about these people like,
no.
I'm in like the drag world, but not quite that's like my reality.
I'm fully in all of this.
Okay.
Yeah. I speak the language.
Thank God.
Yeah. Not recently, but.
So I had this one from Bethany that came in and I was like, I don't know what to do with this one. Because the other one I'd gotten a lawyer and tried to figure it all out. But this one I was like, I can't, like, this is like 4 months later. I can't call the lawyer again and be like, I got another one.
Yeah.
So they were like, well, why don't you just make a video and say, Bethany sent me a cease and desist.
Amazing.
Brilliant. When did this happen?
Fall of 2022.
Wow. Early.
Yeah. And then
not a lot of people were doing that.
Blew up. And like, all these different outlets like Page Six and all these different places picked it up and it was everywhere. Like it was so big at that time that like I had to go to my boss and be like, hey, like, so people are saying like they're going to contact you about this.
Were you getting like death threats?
A little like light death, like
light threats.
like
light
you know, have you
death
ever gotten like there's like death threats and then there's death threats, you know?
Yeah.
Like I'm standing outside your house versus like I hope you die.
Right.
Yeah.
And so anyway, once that one happened, it was like it all kind of changed me. But so that I would call like my breaking point, sort of like, wait, this is like a real weird world that I'm living in.
Okay. So it's like the most successful too, it sounds like. Like so you were getting the most. That's so interesting. Like
yeah, it really took off.
It took off, but it was also at the same time probably a little bit weird.
Yeah, if it happened now, I don't think it would affect me the way that it happened then. But like, and now I can look back on it and I'm like, thank you, Bethany. Like, honestly, like I would thank her to her face. She has me blocked on everything, so I can't.
Why did she sue you? Or are you?
Oh, I can tell you. Okay.
Yeah, obviously you did a video about it.
I was like, let's bring it on. Okay. Yeah. So Bethany kept yelling on all her videos. She kept yelling, it's a scam. Like, oh, this product, it's a scam. So my fucking dumbass, working like, 30 hours a week at my regular job and like 50 hours a week doing content. So I decided to look up all her registered trademarks. Because like, I'm fucking crazy. She had It's a Scam trademarked over a year ago. So I said, you guys, check it out. She's saying it because she's going to start something. She's got it in podcasts. She's got it in merch. She's, all the things that you guys would know.
Wait a second. Wait. So you basically, you smelled her out.
Yeah.
That's so, I love that.
And she wanted you to stop pointing to that.
Yeah, so I made a video and I said, hey guys, check it out. Here's all her trademarks. You guys know public information.
You can do this. It's easy.
Public information. So then when she sent me the cease and desist, this is the juiciest part. It was like, you're not allowed to say my name. And if you tell anyone that I sent you a cease and desist, you'll be breaking confidentiality with me and I can sue you even more. And I was like, bitch, I don't have confidentiality with you. I don't know you.
That's insane. That's so classic.
Absolutely make a video.
Like, I know, exactly.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was that.
Was it hard to like, it must have been.
Yeah, it was hard.
In the beginning.
Yeah, it was hard.
Really brave though. And I'll say this, I think that probably started like the Patagonia thing that's going on with did you hear about that? Like, I feel like that is now, I just love when people do that because it's like, let's just put it out there. Like, it's the secret behind the closed doors, the not like the threatening and all that stuff that like, I hate. Yeah. So it's like, this is really what's happening. And it feels like you were on top of that. Like you did that from the beginning. And so I respect the shit out of that. I really, really do. Because my biggest thing in entertainment is like the lying and the deceitfulness and like the hiding behind closed doors. Obviously, we're seeing that with like the Epstein files and stuff. But it's like, I fucking respect the shit out of somebody that's like, this is what happened to me. And like the fearlessness you have to do that.
Why do you think that people like gatekeep that hard in the industry? Especially like in something like podcasting, like where they're really like the whole point of fucking podcasting in the beginning was like, let's have no rule. Yeah. Like everybody can be in whatever. So why do you think it exists in podcasting? Because it definitely does.
Because I think there's shitty people at the top that...
I mean, I would say there's just not a lot of money in it. So people are protected and they're there aren't that many executive salaries anymore in podcasting. And if you want an executive salary, you have to like work for like Fox or like some right-wing corporation that has that kind of money. So the gatekeeping, I think, stems from like scarcity and like so it's like, okay, well, if there's only 10 executive roles for like content development, then like
there's also a lot of people who don't really know. I mean, the whole basis of the show is that nobody really knows what the fuck they're doing, meaning like nobody, you can't really say that. But part of the reason we started the show was to be like, this is confusing. We don't really know what's happening. We don't know where it's going. Anyone that tells you they figured it all out is lying. And I think, my personal opinion about that is when podcasting integrated with traditional was basically like it's our way or the highway.
Right.
And their way is like celebrity, hiding, PR. That's the thing about Alex Cooper that I find really interesting, where I'm like, I can so tell that the person in her ear is like a traditional Hollywood PR person or whatever. All of her behavior is that of like the Blake Lively shit or whatever, where it's like, it isn't a podcaster. A podcaster goes and talks about the stuff. A podcaster says this is what happened. And one of the reasons we started the show is because it was like all these industry podcasts, but no one was talking about like what was really happening in the industry. And I think that's what annoys me about Alex Cooper.
Yeah.
Also, where's the husband?
Yeah.
Slender Man. That's my new nickname for him. Slender. Have you seen him? He looks like Slender Man.
He scares me.
He is scary. And that's what I hear about him.
Yeah.
Like I had a project that we were considering taking to Unwell, and I was warned not to take it to Unwell specifically because of him.
Yeah, one of your recent clips, it sounded like you had some information about Unwell kind of prior to the reporting.
Oh, yeah. You know, I'm always getting the tea. And I feel like, I don't know that Alex Cooper actually wants to be a podcaster.
Yeah,
I think she wants to be a celebrity.
We've said this a lot. Like the podcasters that are making a lot of money, they're like ball and chain. It's like they're stuck to this thing that makes them a lot of money.
What do you think a podcaster is?
That's such a good question. I think that like, I'm trying to think of like, well, I'll tell you who my favorite podcaster is. It's a little niche, but it's my dear friend, Molly McAleer, who do you know Molly?
No.
Malls. Do you know Malls?
What's the podcast?
Malls. So Malls founded Hello Giggles.
Oh, yes. We know Hello Giggles.
With Sophia and Zoe. And then there's Molly. And like Molly is just like a fucking podcaster. Like she does her research. She asks the good questions. Yeah. She goes niche. Yeah. Like that to me is what a good podcaster is. But I also think that there are great journalists who are now like becoming like I actually think that Don Lemon is a podcaster.
Yeah.
Now in his own way.
Yeah. So what makes you not a podcaster?
I think I'm not a podcaster because I have a live show.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I would say.
And then you repurpose the content in a podcast.
Yeah. So like we ripped the audio for the RSS, but like first and foremost, and what we'd love to be, now will the industry take us this way? I don't know, is to be a live show first and foremost.
I mean, you were saying it, streaming.
Streaming's future.
Yeah.
Dude, I love live. It's so fucking fun. It's so exciting. And we stream to everything. We stream to like Substack, YouTube, TikTok. I mean, getting a TikTok stream key is like nearly impossible somehow.
Can we like get into the weeds a little? I think maybe people might like the platform that you're using.
Oh my God,
like
totally.
How you,
sorry. I'm like.
And then speak a little about your co-hosts and like how you all like collaborate and work
get
together.
Along.
Yeah. So I'll just take you back to, I guess it was like a year and a half ago now. I'm sure you guys remember where you were when you found out that Whitney Cummings had a bad take on the war in Ukraine.
Oh, no.
But no, you don't. But she did. She had a horrible take on the war in Ukraine. Which, like, you know, Whitney, I think there's a lot of great things about Whitney, but this was just like not a great take. She took it down. But anyway, I made a video about
Miss
it.
Rachel was a mistake too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I made a video about it, and this woman came in my comments and was like agreeing with me, and I was clicking on her profile and I was like, oh, she looks really interesting. And I'd seen her around. Her name's Rebecca Sananez, and now she's my business partner, but she used to produce Pivot with Kara Swisher and Scott Galloway, who I think are both incredible podcasters, but they would also, I think, like Kara would say she's a tech journalist first and foremost, right? Like I'd probably get a slap on for that.
Yeah.
But, and then I think that
interesting.
Well, maybe no. Do you guys?
No, we just have this ongoing thing where no one will call themselves a podcaster.
She waffles. I think probably now she will probably agree to it a little bit more, especially as like, the deals are coming her way on a more consistent basis. But
I think Scott would probably say he's a podcaster
for sure.
Yeah, or retired.
Yeah,
exactly. So, she had produced Pivot, and she had also produced Archetypes, which was Meghan Markle's podcast.
Yeah, huge.
And which was really big.
Yeah.
You know, it had huge names on it. So anyway, we ended up like hitting it off in the comments. And then I was like, we should get lunch sometime. So we got lunch. And when we were at lunch, she's like, hey, I've had this idea for this show. It's called The Moment. I've been looking for like the right person to do it with. Like, would you want to do it with me? And so from there, we just kind of kept getting to know each other.
You met in the comment section?
Of a Whitney Cummings video.
That is so fucking classic. The comment section is the future.
I agree.
I love comments.
The comment section is the future in so many different ways. And that's a perfect example.
Exactly. And like that's where the dialogue actually happens.
That's the funny for comedy.
Yes.
That's where the funniest stuff is. It isn't the joke. It's the comment section.
Well, how about when you like you find a video and then you're like, ooh, why am I getting this? And then you go to the comments and you're like, oh, thank
That's
God.
why my people.
Like,
yeah. It just is like a feeling of community.
Yes.
Like we're in this together. Yeah.
Because I think that's what people want.
It's like a Discord server that gets spun up.
Yes.
In an instant.
Yes. And if you're feeling a certain way, it's nice to know other people are.
Right. Like when my comment gets a lot of likes.
Yeah.
That's just like mini dopamine.
Yeah.
I've got a Subway take comment that's viral, basically.
Really?
It's like 5,000 likes on it.
Have you guys ever uncommented because you couldn't take all the likes?
Oh, no.
No, have you?
Yet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we got to talk about that with your therapist because I want you to embrace that. Like when you get the like I fucking own that.
No, I don't. I find it annoying. That's all.
Oh, the notifications.
The notifications. So I've taken down comments before because I'm just like, I can't get another one. Yeah.
I'm too famous for that.
No, it's not even that. It's just like, oh, they like the stupid comment. Because I'm also like, when you like a comment, it's like everyone else likes it. So do you really even like it? I have one right now on Sterling Spencer's Jack Johnson interview, making fun of him. And it's that like it's viral, and it is. I'm thinking about deleting it.
Okay, so maybe by the end of this episode, we can like come to a conclusion together.
Okay.
Yeah. I want you to keep it because I will tell you when you commented on my video, I was like, "Ooh, who is this? Is a good comment." I just knew, like, I was like, I could feel your energy through the comment.
Yeah.
But when Rebecca and I met, we started like playing around with like what the show could look like, and because we want to cover the news, we were like, well, it's hard to like cover the news and then like put it out 3 days later.
Yeah.
Which, like, don't you feel like that's like half the problem with podcasting right now? Because everybody wants clips, like, I want your quickest reaction to this. Which, like, isn't always the best reaction. But yeah, so that's part of it. So we started playing around with it and we were like, what if we just went on TikTok Live?
Yeah.
So we first started just going on TikTok Live. We would go on for like 45 minutes. At the time, we had a co-host, Kiki Monique, who's another podcaster who we love. We miss you, Kiki. Everybody thinks we have drama. We don't have drama. But
she's not blocking you.
Not yet. He's wonderful and a great collaborator. But we would just go live. And then we started asking, like, we'd ask like senators to come on. And we'd be like, hey, will you come on when we're live? And like, and we would ask comedians and like they would come on. And so so anyway, from there, we were like, okay, TikTok like isn't big enough to hold what we're building.
Yeah.
So we started doing it on StreamYard just to get really in the weeds.
What's StreamYard?
StreamYard it's like Riverside.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just a streaming platform. Yeah.
But it allows you to go across all
it's like
everything.
Zoom, but for streaming.
Yeah. And so we go across everything. And so like the way that we do it is like we go live at 8 a.m. on Tuesdays and Fridays, 8 a.m. to 8:45. We have like 20 minutes. It's like The View, where, the first 20 minutes of The View are the best 20 minutes, where we just like fucking shoot the shit on all the headlines. And then we get into a guest. So like we've had everybody from like Margaret Cho to like senators.
You just had Aaron Brockovich.
We just had Aaron Brockovich on. So like we have these really interesting conversations with all different types of people.
Yeah.
And they're always kind of relevant to like what's happening in the news that day or whatever they're focused on. And then we take that episode, we rip it for the RSS, we clip it, we relive it on the platform. So it's like kind of like this morning we did a rewatch, so you could just watch last week's episode. We just replay it again on the lives. We write a Substack newsletter on it. I mean, like we take every piece of the cow for this show.
Wow.
Yeah, you cut it up. You cut up the chicken or whatever that expression
Yes.
is. Wait, so how many people do you have working for you or doing this with you?
So there's 3 of us total. So it's Rebecca, myself, and then we have an executive producer. And we do have funding, which we're very grateful for.
That's great.
That's great.
I know. We're very grateful. We got venture capital funding from a place called A&D Media. They're fairly new. They're funding us. They're funding a project that Kareem is doing called Keep the Meter Running. They're funding a new show with Matt Bushell. So they have a couple different projects.
That's smart. So fascinating.
Yeah. So
smart.
That's what we're doing there. But like we were really lucky. We went like we have full editorial control and we went to them. We're like, we have this thing. We'd already been doing it for like 4 months at that point.
What was the relationship? Were they fans or did they know you from, or did you reach out to them?
So we were working on a couple of different ways that the show could kind of keep going. And so someone had connected us with them and we're like, you should talk to these people. And, and
are there a lot of those walking around?
I mean, not that I know of.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
Sorry, I just
we
had
could
to
just
ask.
start walking up to people on the street, though.
Yeah. I'm just like,
do you have a family business?
Because like I'm wondering, because one of the biggest questions on the show is like, how do you make money, or how do you support yourself, or how do you fund a podcast? Because it's difficult to. So I guess, I'm just wondering if that's normal.
I don't know that it's that normal, but I'm very grateful for it.
Yeah.
And I would say like there's the other ways though that you can make money, because I like to be transparent about this. Like the other ways that I make money is like I also do brand deals, and we're working on trying to like integrate those brand deals more into the show.
Okay.
But I do brand deals
interesting to me.
On my own. Yeah. Well, say more.
Because I have a whole theory about podcasting and how ad reads are going out the window, and how it's going to become integrated, like sponsored brand deals, where it feels much more like this creator knows this brand and uses this brand, because it's all about like parasocial. So I feel like podcasters are essentially turning into content creators or influencers. And so that is the way that the branding is going to, or the ads are going to go. Like we're not going to just be doing this like read off a piece of, I don't even know if people are still doing that, but like read off a piece of paper
custom
anymore.
Segments.
That kind of thing, where it's just like feels natural. We are all inevitably going to become influencers and content creators. We just don't want to do it. And I feel like that is the way that it's going for podcasters. So that I'm curious about how you integrate it into your show.
Well, we haven't done it yet, so we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
But we have been trying little things. Like we've been trying with like the coffee that we drink on the table is like, you know, a brand that I found at Whole Foods that I love. And I'm like, let's just try this one. And maybe it's going to be them. Maybe it's going to be somebody else who sponsors us.
Do you reach out to them yourself, or?
No, that one, like, we're just like, I just went and bought the coffee.
You just put it in there.
Yeah, I was like, let me just put it on the table.
Yeah.
Like it's the fucking Today Show.
I think that's smart though. Like you need to like throw in ads, even if it's like for free. So that if someone listens, they're like, oh, they have ads. So like maybe I should sponsor them.
Right. Or like, look how you can do this placement here.
Yeah. You need examples.
I also make money on TikTok Creator Fund, which like doesn't really come through the show, but like as a creator, I make money on that.
Is that their like $1 billion fund? Is there still money in that? Did they refund it?
I'm getting money in it lately. So let's just like hope the checks keep coming in. So that's another way that I make money. And so that used to be really lucrative. Yeah. It's not as lucrative ever since the January.
Yeah. That's what I hear. Yeah.
It's not as lucrative, but I still will do like, if I have a video that goes pretty viral, I can still make like $300-400 off of it. And so then if I can tell myself, hey, I'm going to try to go viral 2 times this week, hopefully I can get it.
What do you mean by that?
So
try to go viral.
For me, trying to go viral usually means like, what can I find that I can hook into, that I'm going to have a hot take that I know is going to like make some people really mad, but then make some people really agree with me. So like today, last night I did it. And I was like, oh yeah, this will go. Like I made that video and I was like, this is going to go viral.
And it did.
It did. Yeah.
What was it about?
It's about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce.
Yeah, well, I have my whole theory about Taylor Swift. You just say your name in a clip, and you have a better chance times 1,000 for it to go viral. And the week that she had her album come out, all of my clients, I was like, talk about Taylor Swift, and we put them out. There is a way to sometimes play with the algorithm a little bit that you can figure out, but that's sort of similar to a comedian's point of view. You take something and a hot take. You have a hot take about something. Yeah. No, I just find that interesting.
No, it is.
That's part of it.
Yeah.
It's sort of being this comedian.
You have to kind of know that you're going to upset like some people.
Yeah.
Like I knew when I made the video that I was going to make, like I'm like, some people are going to hate this.
Well, Swifties are.
Well, yeah. And like, but basically anything that I do, I need to know that's going to piss off like 20% of the viewers.
Who are you pissing off?
It's hard because a lot of them blocked me. No, I would say like, being a leftist, like I'm going to piss off those folks. Like I'm going to piss off MAGA. There's, I'm also not like a leftist that's like, everything that Kamala Harris and Joe Biden did was right. Like I'm not that. And so that also pisses people off.
Pussy hat. Liberal is how we put it. Yeah.
That's a good way of saying it. We need an updated term, right?
Yeah.
So I think that is another way. And I also just think there's like just a general, I think there's a lot of people who like aren't used to seeing a woman having an opinion.
Yes.
That I also, you know.
Especially when you're kind of pointing the target at other women too. It's like, hey, you're supposed to, you know, women supporting women. Ever heard of it? You know? And then you're
but
like.
I think in some ways that is a form of sexism, is to put us
to assume that
yeah, that we back every woman up for everything. Like, I think Ellen was good for feminism everywhere.
Giddy up. Well, I think I get that a lot. I get, you know, but here's the deal. Like, people were mad at me about Taylor and Travis, and I was like, if you think this is bad, you should see what I did to Jeff Bezos during the Bezos wedding. I mean, like, I dragged that man all over that Staples carpet. Do you remember they had a carpet at their wedding that looked like it was like from fucking Staples?
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't make any bones about it. I'm gonna fucking say something.
I feel like that would feel good for a lot of people, because we're entering this thing where we're all shitting on like billionaires and like Jeff Bezos. It's not popular to be Jeff Bezos, so it's like, who fucking cares about? Like, is there a moral code when you're kind of going after these people where you're like, this is obviously not a great person, so I'm going to talk shit about them? Like, I know you went off Taylor about the ice guy.
I don't know. How do you guys feel about billionaires?
I would have kids if they didn't exist.
Exactly.
No, we're very anti-billionaire on the show.
Unless, of course, there's a billionaire out there looking to fund this.
No, even then.
Even then, I'm not sure we can do
really?
it.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Ethical.
Unfortunately, I have.
It's unfortunate for both of us. We're very broke for that reason. No.
I've been like turning down so much money lately.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of money out there if you're willing to like.
You know who keeps
yourself.
coming for me is the prediction markets.
Yeah.
It's
an easy check too.
Stuff like that.
I know.
An easy check.
It's really hard. It's really, really difficult.
I turned down like, I think the total would have been 56,000 from one of them back in, I guess it was like February.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I was like, that's more than my rent for the entire fucking year.
Good for you, man.
But it was not easy. But to your point.
At the same time though, like you're building you're building your own like digital archive and legacy, and like if you have one of those, then you're suddenly askew and on a different path.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. And I don't think I would survive on the other path.
No.
Oh, no way.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like, I can't be in that other world.
Yeah.
But to your point about like, how do I decide?
Yeah.
You know, I think billionaire is like one place where I start. But then also like, you know, I think anybody who like, for example, like people will get mad because I make a lot of negative content about Brad Pitt. Because fuck Brad Pitt. The record will show that Brad Pitt is a fucking abuser. And I'm not afraid to say that. So that pisses people off. And also like I dove so deep on Brad Pitt. Like, he has used all these different things to try to distract from all the, you know, the FBI documents that came out that, you know, show that he dumped a beer on his wife's head on the plane. Like, he's a piece of shit.
You're kind of like a little like celebrity detective.
Yes. I would say that's what I aspire to be. But anyway, like when I find out shit like that, I'm like, oh no, I don't fuck with you anymore. But I will also say like there are people that like, of course, like, you know, there are people who make mistakes and they can come back from it. And like, I'm not like one of these people who's like, cancel everyone. Like, no. I fucking ride for my boy Hunter Biden.
You have to, there's a process.
I'm so proud of him.
There's a process for bringing people back into the community or bringing them back into the fold. And a lot of celebrities and a lot of people who have those platforms are not willing to admit wrongdoing and to go through the like steps.
But also like we the people also have to be open-minded and to somebody who comes in and apologizes. Like, I believe that if we start blocking everybody out, then we're just as bad as like MAGA.
I mean, the Amber Heard moment was a really big cultural moment for us where like, okay, we allowed this to go Johnny Depp's way.
Right.
As a society.
Yeah.
That's very concerning.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we've like recovered from that yet, but.
Yeah. What is your take on, I guess a huge thing we talk about here is like the integration between traditional and digital. What do you think people are doing wrong on the traditional side?
You know, that's a good question. I think more so, I think people are doing things wrong on the other side. It's like, I know that sounds fucking nuts.
Yeah, it does.
But like, stay with me. Like, I fucking love a newspaper. I love a book. I love physical media.
Yeah.
And I think like the problem with digital is that it's, replaced so much of physical media.
Yeah.
So I think like, 90% of our problems could be solved if like people put down the fucking phone and read the newspaper. Like like I want to bring back like physical.
I read books. Yeah. He has a physical, this show is.
Yeah. Like I think physical. So that is one thing. I think, in traditional, I think that they don't like, for example, if you told someone you were a content creator, they'd be like, well, do you have a podcast? What do you have? Like, it's very hard for them to multi-hyphenate, right? Totally. That's very hard for them to conceptualize. It's very hard for them to realize that like a different person might read my Substack than watches my show live. Like they have a hard time with that, I think.
Yeah.
I also think that traditional is still too hooked on the idea of celebrity.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like, I love Amy Poehler's podcast. I think she's a very fun interviewer. But like when they were doing those, I don't know, was it the Emmys that had or Golden Globes?
Golden Globes.
Golden Globes.
Yeah. And I'm like, it's never going to be like,
Brad Pitt or like the Leo DiCaprio thing.
It's just like a very weird.
It's different. This is intentionally different. And
yes. And do you think it's better?
Better in what way? Like better
for humanity, for society, for culture, to kind of get away from that idea of celebrity and
yes.
Yeah.
I do. Yeah. I do think it's better that way.
It feels like that has to be because you, again, celebrity detective, you're like getting all of these files and you're like, you're like the opposite of that Liev Schreiber character in that show where you're like, no, you're not fucking hiding and we're going to have all the proof here and here you go. So that's why to me, it's like you are like consciously doing the opposite of what traditional wants.
That's true. And, I will also say, like, I think one of the things I've encountered is that because of the way I approach things, like, I can't take something to Hello Sunshine because I've done this. I haven't lied. I haven't defamed anyone.
Yeah.
I haven't that's
what I'm like getting to the bottom of, I guess, is like, there is like this moral code that is sort of driving you. It sounds like to like for like right. And like,
I was raised very Catholic, so I do think that, like, I really do think that plays into this. Yeah. Like, I'm like, no, there's a right way that we can do things, and there are like, I don't know. I mean, but I do think that it holds me back. Like, I'm never going to get invited to some of the things that other people get invited to because, like, whoever's in the room doesn't like me, and I just have to be okay with that.
But like the route you're taking is the route less traveled.
I know.
And so that's what I'm fascinated about is it's like, but you feel like you have to go this way because it just feels right to you.
CCD really affected me and they could come down, like God could strike me down. No, I just like, this is who I am. Like, I'm not from money. Like, I'm from, a blue collar town outside of Boston. Like, I can't imagine any other way of being where I don't call out these things. Like,
I have the same bug. So I'm just very curious, like meeting you, because Hollywood does not like this.
No. Where did I guess the politics of all, you go from beauty to now kind of commenting on the news, but where were your politics like principally informed?
I mean, I've always been like a liberal. Like, I've always been a leftist. Like, my parents are Democrats. Like, I've always, voted and really cared about that stuff. But as it became bigger and it also like, as it looked like, oh my God, Trump is really going to run again. That also like kicked up some of my content too. And so I just saw that moment. And I also just feel like the intersection of pop culture and politics is so strong right now. I mean, like you can't like, people are, upset right now because I'm talking about like, there was a guy who has the ICE contracts for the detention facilities at Taylor and Travis's wedding. Like, this is the textbook of how it's linked. I mean, Trump is a celebrity before he's anything else.
Yeah. There's a clip I have out about this where I talk about how like celebrities being like politics shouldn't enter entertainment. It's like, that's literally you just saying that you're Trump, you're MAGA. So you're actually technically telling all of us. And I feel like that reality is really hard for a lot of people to like own up. It's like, it's fine if you voted for Trump, but defend it. Like, don't, you know what I mean? Like, don't lie. And so that's part of it too, where it's like that's the cultural part, where it's like the things are meshing together. Like it used to be separate because it was gate kept, but now they're kind of meshing together, and it's like this. If you want to know this full person, this is who they voted for.
Is the fury of the Swifties, is that temperature lowering? Like, do they kind of see this happen and they say like, okay, that's just another one that I disagree with? Like,
I think that this one has been hard for them.
Yeah.
I think that this
is
the ice. Yeah, this is hard for them.
Yeah.
This is the biggest Taylor Swift cancellation I've ever seen.
Yeah. And I think, I think a lot of her fans really skew leftist. And the funny thing is I think yeah, I do. I do think that a lot of them who are in my comments, but that's because they're people who get my content. So they probably skew more leftist.
Yeah.
But
I'm surprised by that.
Really? Do you think they're more MAGA?
I always thought she was like the white supremacist, like golden girl.
I think it's a lot of pussy hats.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. They seem, there's like an overlap. At least her fans. I don't know about her, but her fans feel...
I'm sure she's friends with Lena Dunham. Like, I don't think any of us know really who Taylor Swift is. I've said this before. Like, I don't...
Oh, yeah. She's too famous. Like, there's no way. Like, I don't think that even her friends know who she is, probably. Like, maybe her, like, friends from childhood, but yeah.
It makes her a prime target to start a podcast as a celebrity.
I know. It really does.
Oh, my God.
Unfortunately,
about that.
For all of us.
Totally. Because everyone wants to know who she is.
Yeah.
I know. I saw Stevie Wonder the other day in a restaurant, and I was like, Stevie Wonder to me is like not a human, like Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Like it was like seeing something that's like godly.
They're just like so famous.
Yes.
And so themselves. Yeah.
But then they're just people.
But like, are they?
Yes. As somebody that has worked with and met so many people, they're frightened and they're talented, but they are just people.
Yeah.
And like, a lot of them are fearful because the industry makes you scared. And that's like the only thing I ever noticed. I was like, the thing about meeting celebrities is they're all anxious.
Yeah.
Like they're all so scared all the time and nervous. But at the end of the day, like, they do everything that we do. And I think that they're like, some of them are specifically really, really talented and it's scary to be around them, but like, they're just people.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. Stevie Wonder would be hard for me, though. If I saw Stevie Wonder, I would be like...
I know. It was like the hush that came over the restaurant was like, I mean, you could have heard a pin drop.
Yeah. Yeah. Would you get... if you saw anyone, would you be starstruck?
Maybe. Stevie is up there for sure.
That was...
Because that was childhood. That's road trips.
Yes.
That's the best music you've ever listened to in your life. Like,
yeah.
I feel like I've gotten to meet a lot of people who I've like always really loved, and I feel really grateful for that. But only one other time have I like stopped in my fucking tracks, and that was that I was at Craig's, and I literally like walked into LL Cool J, and there was something
random.
It was like so random, but there was something about seeing LL Cool J in the flesh as a 90s kid that like I was like, what? And he was like, hi, and I was just like. I couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
He's like he's not like Taylor Swift famous or Stevie Wonder famous, but it was just one of those moments that I was like, oh, you're a real person.
Yeah.
You're not just on NCIS.
Yeah.
I try to avoid being the person to make initial contact though.
Oh, same.
I don't make eye contact.
If they say hi to me, great.
Yeah.
I ran into John Cho at a yogurt shop down the street.
Who?
John Cho.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, oh, that's him. But then keep it moving.
Oh, totally. Yeah, you got to play it cool. I don't think I played it cool with LL Cool J. Like, I just couldn't. I mean,
It's in the name.
I know.
Yeah.
And he was wearing like a silk bomber jacket.
Yeah, very cool. There is a cool factor, I will say, with celebrities where I'm just like, there is a coolness to them. I guess they have that. But a lot of them are not cool, and a lot of them are kind of
nerdy.
A lot of them are douchey. A lot of them are really good at faking their personalities. So, I don't know. Yeah. That's what I found. Okay, cool. Well, you should be really, you're really interesting to me.
Oh, thank you.
Only because, like, I mean, for so many reasons. But a huge one is, like, it feels like you have a moral code, like, leading you, and you don't even know it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because you feel like you have to say this stuff because it's the right thing.
Feels very instinctual what's coming.
Yeah, instinctual. Thank you. To me, that means that you're like, and there's a lot of places in this world in which that is not welcomed. And there are a lot of places in this world in which you are the most unpopular, or you're called dramatic or crazy or any of these things. And
what's smart about the pop culture piece too is I think for a lot of fans of pop culture, they're seeing the political like ramifications of what's happening in their daily lives.
Yeah.
And they're not seeing their biggest fans or what their biggest parasocial relationship person is. They're not seeing them speak out against that. So when you're connecting the dots between those things, I feel like it's like, oh, finally, is what you get in the comments or from your fans.
Yeah. Now we really know. Yeah.
One thing I will give MAGA is I do think that they allow, well, I'll give them lots of things.
Yeah.
Like, there are so many things that MAGA's fucking good at.
I know.
Oh, my God.
Not comedy, at least.
Yeah.
Everything.
Not comedy.
Comedy, they are. It's embarrassing.
Oh, my God. Fucking Nate Bargatze and the Breadwinner, too.
Oh, yeah. It's so bad.
But one thing that I think they're really good at is I think that they're much more accepting when people like fall into MAGA but have a slightly different opinion. And that's what I think the left gets really wrong. Like if you like are like, oh, I actually like, I'm not saying this, but like I actually think that like, trans people shouldn't be in sports. I don't feel that way. I want trans women in sports. But if someone says that and they're like, you're gone from the leftist community, like you can't even have the conversation. But MAGA people, if they said, oh, I think I'm like okay with it, they'll sort of be like, oh well, they just find ways to be okay
you lose
with
momentum because you have to like restart with, all right, who's now our in group? Okay, next day we have a new in group we have to like inoculate.
Yes.
Are you on Threads?
Unfortunately.
Okay.
And I'm just out there saying that I'm very much for trans women in all sports.
Yes.
That's what I'm going to say on Threads.
No, did you see like all of the stuff about the hat, like the left and right hat?
No.
Okay, so am I like obsessed with Threads?
A little bit.
Okay.
It used to pay.
Maybe a lot of it.
I see. The paying doesn't matter. I don't think about that ever.
Good for you.
No, it's not good. But like I probably could be making money somewhere and I'm just not. But with Threads, they were giving out these little hats to like as like a Thread anniversary like celebration. And some people had them going left and some people had them going right. And on Threads, there's this immense discourse. We like figured out a way to sort of isolate the right versus the left hat people. And I was like, we are so we just want to fight. We want there to be groups that we are fighting against. And we can't even have a fucking party hat anymore. So if people know what I'm talking about, I feel like I'm the only person on Threads. I love Threads. Shout out to Threads.
No, I was on Threads because I wanted to.
They took the hat away.
They took your hat away?
Didn't it? The hats are gone.
They did, yeah.
Were they like party hats?
Yeah.
Well, you know what Threads is great for? I think this is two things that I use Threads for. First of all, like today I was too tired to like make a video about Graham Plattner, who's like of the moment right now because he's, piece of shit. He's running for Senate in Maine, and he's had a series of pink flags that have now just been thrown down with the most giant red flag.
Yeah.
Bad with women. Could have seen that coming. But I think I had something that I wanted to say about it, and I didn't have time to make a video. But another great way to use Threads that I use Threads is like if I have a particularly spicy take, I'll put that out on Threads. Let's see how this baby lands. And see if people are like, Meredith, shut the fuck up. You've gone too far. Like you fucking woke weirdo. Yeah. I won't make the video. But if I'm like, oh, the kids
testing platform.
I do that a lot too.
Yeah. So I do it with Threads.
Okay.
And I know
I
I can make the video.
I always go to TikTok first because TikTok, and I go to YouTube to see how my reels do. And then I go to the rest of them. But I use the other platforms to help test out. And I used to be ashamed of that.
Yeah.
Because there is a level of like shame of like trying to like Mr. Beast it. Sorry, I brought him up. But like algorithm.
Are you a fan?
No, I'm not.
I just talk about him a lot. I talk about him a lot. But like.
It's like we have a shot. Take a shot every time you tell us as Mr. Beast.
Because he just represents something so annoying.
Yeah.
But I feel like there are people, it's great to have you on the show because he also misrepresents people like content creators, where what I'm getting at is like, you're on the good side. Like, you're trying to help people and do the right thing and be transparent and all this other stuff, but you are kind of playing the game a little bit.
Oh, hell yeah, I'm playing the game.
With the algorithm and all this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And so I feel like there's a balance there. Because if you just cared about the algorithm and about like making money, then you're no different than...
I had a business summit last year called Fast Follow Summit, and we had a Simon Fung. He spoke at it, and he's currently working with like defected like MAGA influencers, like young influencers who are essentially a very young age, basically said, you're going to have a platform, you're going to make content, you're going to reach an audience. And whenever we want to like distribute our MAGA message, we're going to distribute through this network of teenagers. So when they became 18, 19, 20, came out queer or whatever, kind of just like realized that this isn't what they wanted to do. So there's now a group of like these within Catholicism too, interestingly enough, where they're trying to make content for the MAGA algorithm, but try to get the MAGA audience out of those communities on the internet.
Oh my God, and that's like, so interesting.
It's they're like really trying to, that's another thing I think MAGA does really well. They have like a very like coherent digital strategy.
Yes, they do.
And they execute it to the like very precisely.
They do. And I also have made videos before and content about like their marketing, like Trump, how he always does distractions of like having these big, so that it takes over our algorithm and that's all we see. Like right after the Epstein files, it was like Jake Paul, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, you start noticing that and it bothers you to a point where you're like, I see what you're doing. And it doesn't matter if two people watched it, but it's like, they are so strategic and sneaky, but to me, they're doing it in like a very evil way.
Yeah. What is like, did they give you a sense of like, what is the content that can kind of draw people away from MAGA and to these different ideals?
I think it's a lot of personal storytelling, a lot of like the emotion of like, this is who I was. And this is like, I think that was like largely it. And then, you know, once you get the audience and you're kind of like in the algorithm, then you can kind of pepper them with whatever and you're in the stream.
Yeah.
And then the whole idea is like, all right, how do I like off-ramp them essentially from this like propaganda machine?
So it's like deep cult of
exactly
like getting someone out of the cult.
And the analogy that he used, which I thought was really, really nice, if someone is out at sea, you know, we all have to link arms and get the person to bring them out.
That's beautiful.
So if you're like far leftist, maybe you're on the sand.
Right.
But you still need to be linking to get that person out. And it's important, you know, we have to like having sympathy for the Swifties, you know, in this moment that they're in. How do we make sure that they're not just shamed for being Swifties, but okay, like now we can educate, now we can like bring them out of that.
I mean, like, ever date someone who wasn't the right person for you?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah. We're amongst friends. But like, if your friend or family member comes to you and you're like, oh, this person's not right for you. Like, they're fucked up. You are fucked up. I can't believe you date them.
Yeah, you don't listen.
You know what the fucking thing you do is you're going to go back and like marry them.
Yeah.
So like when we go to MAGA people and we're just like, you're an idiot. I can't. And the one thing that I do that I think is very different than a lot of other leftist content creators, and I saw someone post this the other day. She was like, well, I won't say the state, but she was like, I live in Connecticut. It's XYZ for education. And you live in Oklahoma and it's XYZ for education. No, I don't fucking do that game.
Elitist.
I don't fucking play that game.
Yeah.
Like, I think there are smart people all over this country. There are people who are feeling really disillusioned. And I don't play that game on social media of like hating on different areas just because.
You're so funny because you are circling around a word, which is empathy. But you are very good at being like, I don't do this and I don't do that. Just like you are like basically describing having like an ethical moral code, but you describe it in all these different ways. Like you do, and you have empathy for people.
Yes.
Empathy is the most important thing in the world. What you're describing is empathy. Like I grew up in a very leftist place. And so I have empathy now for people who grew up in conservative places because I learned that it can radicalize you at a young age. And my parents didn't mean to do that, but that's what happened. I was taught that conservatives are evil. Like, and they're not. They all have, and it's all about empathy. So I just wanted to say it's interesting with you because you say things, and then you're basically describing like, I'm an empathetic person.
I think I am an empathetic person, but it's like not the word that comes to mind.
But you start with like, everyone's blocked me.
Yeah, right. Like, but that's just like, that's I think the harsh, like, and I mean this, and like, I don't like, that's the harshness of me is I'm like, fuck you. But I'm saying fuck you because I'm defending
a minority.
XYZ.
I mean, I relate to that. I feel like we have similar and approaches.
I'm just like neurodivergent, so I meet you and I'm like,
well, I mean, I'm also neurodivergent, so like
I meet you and I'm like, okay, what do we? Oh, you're because I can figure out if a person's a piece of shit pretty fast at this point because I've met so many, and it's like, you are not.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that because like I also think like I get a lot of comments today. Like somebody today was just like, I just know that you have no friends, and I was like, I just know that I do have friends. Like, that's what I tell people when they get negative comments. I'm like, if you don't believe it about yourself, then no one can make you feel it.
Yeah.
Like, if I was in 7th grade, sure. That might hurt.
Yeah.
But like, no, I know I have friends.
Yeah. I mean, you falter when you start, like, when you don't have that kind of confidence or don't know who you are.
Yeah.
And
I think that was one of the things that really helped me. And this is what I tell people who like, I've, talked to young people who wanted to get into content creation, the kids. And I'm like, get a real, not real, but like they're all real jobs, but like get a regular job first.
Absolutely.
Go, like I had 15 years of having a totally normal career and fucking fighting over the copy machine and all that fucking bullshit. So I could not do this work. Now I could not have this life if I did not put those years in. Not that you have to do as long as me, but like.
Why?
I think that it taught me, first of all, you learn so much working with other people, and content creation is very insular. Like it's very lonely work. I feel lonely a lot.
Yeah.
It's like, and I'm sure you guys have like, I mean, podcasting is like deeply lonely stuff.
Yeah. Dane doesn't because he's friends with everybody, but I have felt immense loneliness. So yeah.
So it's a very lonely thing. So it's like, if you go straight from like, a traditional undergrad and then you go right into like, I'm doing content creation in my room, get ready. Like, I'm not saying it's bad and I'm not saying it's not work, but you need to like go and learn like stuff from other people and and also learn like, this is how I want to be at work. This is how I don't want to fucking be at work. And I just think it's going to make you better at negotiating brand deals. It's going to make you more professional. People can tell when you've like
lived life.
Yeah.
And like, I know that life is short, but it's also fucking long.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, so if you go and do like 3 years working in an office and do a little content on the side, I swear to you, some variation of this world will be there when you get out. Because that's the other thing. I was thinking about this when I was driving over. Like, everybody freaked the fuck out when the radio came out. Oh, no, what are we going to do? The kids are listening to the radio.
Yeah.
Okay, and then people thought the TV is going to end everything. Yeah. And then computers are, there's always something new coming down the pike.
Yeah. We talk about that a lot on the show.
And we have to destroy it. AI.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck that bitch.
Yeah. Fuck that bitch.
Okay, take AI out of it, but it's like, what could it be that's not AI? You know what I mean? Like, I think that like live on streaming platforms is definitely like another piece of it, but I don't think, do you guys think they'll ever get rid of TV?
No, I mean...
That's a great question, especially since this show is called This Is TV Now. No, I think in the same way when people read books, we're still going to have all of those, that old kind of media. Yeah.
I still listen. I love the fucking radio.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I wish they would play new songs.
Oh, no, you don't.
Yeah.
No. Because like, you're driving and like, you're like, what is this, Brandy sitting up in my room? Like, this is a fucking hit.
You listen to radio?
Oh, I listen to the radio every day.
What about the ads?
Dude, you just got to flip it up, baby.
Yeah.
No. Here's the thing.
Turn the dial.
The radio is so I'm flipping through the radio the other day and I catch this interview that I never would have listened to. And basically they were explaining like have you guys seen this Obama Center?
The library or something different?
Well, a lot of people think that it's a library. It's not a library. It's like the Obama Museum. It's basically like, and I say this with voted for him twice, love the man. It's basically a propaganda museum because it doesn't have the archives at it.
Oh my God.
And so I know. So it's not a library. And a lot of people are confusing it with that. It's called like the center or something. So there's a great interview that I never would have heard where the guy basically explains like, this is really setting it up for Trump to be able to have like like a bizarre sort of like North Korea museum, because that's actually kind of what this is.
Oh, I hate that. But I also like that they're saying it.
Right? Yeah. And I was like, I never would have heard this and if I didn't listen to the radio. And then I went and read more about it and I was like, oh, fuck. Like, I love Barack, but like, if we're going to play the game, when Trump opens his, he'll be like literally in a hospice bed when it opens. Yeah. So anyway, I do love the radio. Sorry, a little plug for the radio.
And I've also
pitched myself, right? I've pitched myself to Subway Takes like 9 times with that take of like, what's your take? And it's like, everyone should listen to the radio.
Oh, really?
There's a fun group.
Kareem doesn't like that, I don't think.
There's a fun group out of...
Can I say my Subway take?
Yeah, please. Yeah. And then you can say your fun group.
I don't think that people should be allowed to have Finstas. I think that everybody should know whether or not they're like, I want everyone to be totally transparent on Instagram.
Really?
No, like no fake, no like, yeah.
What about like Reddit?
What?
Yeah.
What's the take?
I think that we should take away like the anonymous-y.
Oh my God.
Vibe.
Don't tell Taylor Lorenz.
What?
Oh, Taylor Lorenz, that's like her biggest thing.
What?
She's like that's like one of the things she's really pushing back against.
Oh.
Because they are trying to make it so people can't, like people will know who people, like they're trying to remove some protections.
Okay, well mine's not like...
Okay.
Mine's more just like, if you have a crush on me on Instagram, I want to know that you have a crush on me on Instagram.
Yeah, definitely.
No, we're not taking it to a full level.
Okay.
I'm just talking about, I have so many Finstas looking at my story.
Really?
Oh.
And I just want to know who the fuck they are.
Oh, okay,
I understand.
Yeah. No. So that would be my, I don't know.
Well, that's just classic male behavior, unfortunately.
Right. So I'm like, why do you have to act like that? If you like me, tell me.
Wait, you think that there's men running Finstas?
So many men have Finstas.
Like, not to, but like, do we think
the evolved ones?
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I want to meet a man with a Finsta.
Yeah. I've met many. They admit it to me, finally.
Oh, my God.
A lot of famous people, too.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
A couple of times there's been accounts that I think are certain famous people who look at my account because they like, you know. The fun thing is when someone famous is like, oh, I fuck with your shit. And I'm like, oh.
Who?
Have you got SZA yet?
What's that?
Have you got SZA yet on your...
No.
Yeah, that's a good one. Cool. That's a good one.
I'm trying to think of somebody who's like, oh, I like your shit. Someone told, I know that she follows me, but then someone passed along to me the other day that Chrissy Teigen and John Legend
huge
like my stuff.
Huge.
And I was like,
although, yeah.
No, I mean, she's been up and down.
Yeah.
She's a hard one.
Listen, we've all been through it.
Yeah.
We've all sent a DM we regret.
Yeah.
That's a
great
example.
unfollowed her, so if that's any indication.
Should like, I don't think Chrissy Teigen, like, you know, don't cancel. She's not in the, like, I don't know, Woody Allen.
What standard
group.
are we holding her to? You know?
Wait, what's your fun group? You were going to tell us about your fun group.
The fun group is it's in podcasting, but they have basically a pirate radio station in Salton Sea, and they had a little programming meeting of all these like podcast people, and they're like, we got to like program this radio station that serves the Salton Sea. Salton Sea is kind of going through this like really bad, you know, environmental situation, and you know, just like desert people and desert culture and indigenous people, and it's like, anyway, Salton Sea Radio. I'll put the link in the...
I'm confused about what it is. Pirates?
Pirate radio, it's just like people who put up a tower and like are able to broadcast off of a whatever signal. So they have all these different towers, so they're broadcasting to a pretty wide group. Palm Springs, Coachella.
See, like, that's so amazing,
cool.
though, right?
Yeah.
Because these are people who might still be listening to the radio, and they might, you know,
they're trying to do like local stories. Like, that's how when the fires happened in LA, like that's how we got information, is turn the radio on. Yeah. So there is like, I
love that you come on. You're like, you're advocating for radio.
The case for radio.
That's great.
That'll be the name of the episode.
Me and FDR.
No, I love that.
No, I actually think that it should be something about how you're low key like trying to like save the world, but do it in like you're a superhero in some ways.
One cunty comment at a time.
Yeah. But you're playing the game as you're being a superhero.
Maybe as we like kind of close out here, you and your business partner, when you have your like monthly meeting, I'm sure you meet all the time, but
sure,
when you talk about your business and where you're going, what's the next stone or two ahead of you, and like how are you bringing all the pieces together, either through the show or things that we might not see?
I think this will be interesting to your audience, is that I think one of the things we really want to do moving forward is some live events.
Mm-hmm.
Because like, I think what you're getting at, you talked about this at the comment section, is like what people actually really want is community.
That is a theme that we hear on the show all the time.
And so like going out, and this is, it's hard for our people in LA because they don't like to leave the fucking house.
It's hard to get places.
It's hard for internet people, as someone that used to work with live events for YouTubers.
Yeah.
They won't leave their house. They will if they like the person enough, though.
Right. And so it's like, I think you got to leave. That's like one of my things. People are always like, oh, how did you like come to like LA? I'm like, you got to leave your fucking house.
Yeah.
Like that's.
Talk about lonely.
Right. I mean, I could see you doing like basically like as like comedians do rooms of 50 people, you know, like I can see a show like yours at least getting that.
Yeah. I think, what's his face from Pod Save America does like a weekly show at Dynasty.
Yeah.
And so I think like that's a, he gets huge names.
John.
Yeah. Love it.
Love it.
Anyway, I think that that's one of the things we want to think about is live events.
Yeah.
And then I think just like constantly getting better at what we're fucking doing. Like when I go back and listen to our early episodes, we're probably going to hire somebody to like work with us on some of like our media presence, our on-camera presence. Yeah. Like I watch like clips of the Today Show just to try to like see like, okay, what is my girl Jenna Bush doing? Yeah. Right. And what is she maybe not doing?
Jesus.
Right?
I mean, something that I'm thinking about too right now is like, and I was talking to a friend, is creating media around the media and how like talent and podcasters, they're not good at creating media around them. Whether that's like internet videos or
like get ready with me to go do my
carpet moments, or just
go
like
do my podcast.
Yeah. I've done that. I do like get ready with me to go do the moment. Yeah.
Always the BTS is always really popular.
I think like, so Good Tape, we have a creative studio, and I'd like to like think about what we could, in the same way like celebrity hires a stylist, I feel like people need to hire creative directors that are just aware of their brand and how their brand shows up. Not necessarily their show, but the media around their show.
Yeah.
It's funny because we can stop after this, but it's like, because we're in the Wild West, it's like we are all trying to structure our companies that we have, because we were so used to the TV capitalism, whatever. And now that we're all like, okay, now I need an editor and I need a we're making our own teams, and it's funny to kind of experience it and watch it.
Yeah.
And you can do so much with 3 people.
Jesus.
And I wish you had it 4 or 5. You deserve it, but
are you working all day long?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I get up at like 5:30, 6, and like, I take breaks along the way because like the neurodivergent, I think it's a great job for people who are neurodivergent.
It's the best job for that. Yeah.
Because like you can start and stop and whatever.
Yeah.
But I would say like, it doesn't really turn off.
Yeah.
But you can write everything off.
No, I need you for like the financial stuff, because I don't know.
I'm not as good at that, but like,
but even the way that you think, you're like,
I'm like, oh, it's
you're like
tan?
Used to make money on Threads. I didn't even know that was an option.
Not as much as you can, but like, yeah, I mean, I try to like think of basically every single, like I like think of my old school growing up in Medford. I'm like, how would this person hustle in every single way? Like, how can I make money off every single piece?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, shout out to growing up middle class.
I love that you're from Massachusetts.
Thank you. Thank you guys for having me.
This is awesome.
This was so fun. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to This Is TV Now, a new podcast from Good Tape Magazine. Today's episode was engineered by Sam Rogich. Video was mixed by Megan Hayward, edited by Starlene Hodge for Edit Audio. The artwork was designed by Sammy Whitwer for Good Tape Studio, with photography by Maggie Shannon. Our theme song is New Me Win by Brian B. Stray. And if you're following us on social media, at This Is TV Now on all platforms, our clips were designed by Andrew Calloway. If you're enjoying the show, we'd appreciate you getting the word out. Rate and review the show, share with a friend, email a colleague, or better yet, post this episode on LinkedIn. That's it for today. See you next time.